Alright, we are all hooked up. We are ready to go. And I haven't the slightest idea what's going to become of this. I don't really have any ideas. We tried nothing! And we're all out of ideas! Really? It's ruined. And this pesky thing, this oscillator. Why, in God's name, would you make the tuning not retain after power down? Why would you do that? Madness, I say. Madness. Okay. All right.
Master Tai, greetings.
Okay. Do here. Ooh. That is really, really loose. It's not the first one I've noticed. The little nuts around the jacks. These things, I don't know what the deal is. That one looks like ready to fall off, basically. Which is never a good thing. You don't want your nuts to fall off. So, I'm going to make some wind. Now, this could easily just be slothed. But I have a feeling it's going to be too high of a level, so we may have to be nice if it went down low enough where it just disappeared. And you can do that by just adjusting the high pass afterwards. So now it'll just sort of go away every once in a while. Your wind will be gone. Huzzah. Wind. That's going to be a part of this. Boom. Let's make it blue. Why not? debating. This is also going to be just kind of an omnipresent sound. Let's give it its own reverb. Let's put the... Come on. Hall's about Halcard back in there. Yeah, I think I know how to patch it. Jeez. Hey, Cal. Oh, on now. Let's put it into the super slow sloths that's like right above it. I've got one just kind of hanging out here. Just for this kind of purpose. Hey, Daniel. So this is going to be kind of our bed. It's all going to be just generative, beatless, freeform sound goo. Yeah. Sound goo. Okay. All right, let's chill on those guys for now. I just came from eating pizza for dinner, and now I'm here. Well, welcome. I got a whole bunch of right angle cables, and then when I got them here, I was like, really only need to I need to use them for like 3 different things that are annoying, and the rest of these are just sort of either like they're just not quite the right length, or I don't really need them. But at least I got rid of this one annoying thing that was stretched across here, this like stupid clock cable coming from the Maestro, or modulation cable. Let's try something here. Oh man, I really wish. Well, it's a little late now. Or is it? Is it too late to flash the Versio back to the Imitor? I don't know if it is. Because I sure would like that right now. That would be really good. I think I'm going to have to maybe try it. I've been meaning to do this like for literally like a week. Going, oh yeah, you need to flash the inventory. And I always forget until after I start the stream. So now, time for no excuses. And I'm going to do the daring thing. I'm going to pull the module without disconnecting or turning off the rack. Because, you know, frankly, risks of anything bad happening are pretty damn small. Accidentally dumps his water bottle into the case while it's on. Oopsies! Sorry! Boom. So this is what you do, right? You just be like, here, like do that thing. Hold that guy down, put it into boot mode, right? So here's our module. He's just hanging out. See? And then you go to their website and be like, hey, dude, I need you to give my Versio a kick in the arse. So we go to World of Versio. World of Version. It doesn't even make sense. And then we just go and like get firmware. Connect module. No compatible devices found. Son of a bitch. Did I push the wrong button combo? May have. Could you just hold this one and then you press the other one? There it goes. Boom. Done. Done. Firmware. Where is the emitter? There it is, the emitter. Change firmware. New, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%. Yep, it's going pretty quick. Because I like the emitter because it's good for one thing, and that's making a cloud of delay. Because it is like a 12 tap delay. And you can't change that. It just is what it is. So it's like you just get used to it. Learn how to use it. There, she all done. Just carefully pull the cord. Make sure I know which way the power cable goes. I forgot to like look at that really carefully before I took it out. Okay, red stripe is down. Which means that way. And there we go. Daring. Risky. But not really. Do you have any famous last words? Not yet. Not yet? Is that famous? There we go. And we're golden. And now I'm going to take a pair of red cables and I'm going to hook the SIG up to rings. Because I haven't used rings in a while. That being said, I am considering its removal from this rack. Because I don't use it much. Obvious. It's very, very obvious. So what I want to do on this is basically make really sparse patterns here. And I think one of the better ways is to use the rhythm knobs here and basically put it to a strange way. Give it mostly like whole notes and half notes and then a little tiny bit of 16th notes. So that it, every once in a while it's just like, because I find that enjoyable. All right, and now we have the emitter back in the rack, which is going to be, hopefully, not a bad thing. I don't hear anything at all because this is not even playing. So, there we go. Hi. Now we have a delay cloud. I did see that. Yeah, that was kind of interesting. Yeah, so it looks like a cable jack, so you could put a CV signal into it, or you can put this knob in there, and then it just becomes a turn up and down knob for like whatever it's attached to. Pretty interesting. It was much more for MIDI than anything else, though, I gotta say, because it was transmitting the CCs and stuff over MIDI. It wasn't, I don't think it was transmitting CC, although I may be wrong about that. No, this guy is not getting a clock, and we probably need to fix that. Although today it probably doesn't matter too much. So let me do a thing here. Let's go like this. Let's put this clock cable. I don't want you to go over the C-legs cables. I don't want that. I do not want this. Okay, yeah, there we go. And now we can kind of tuck it back. Because, you know, sometimes you gotta tuck it back. And then we can run a quick and easy, stealthy black clock cable. Oh, that's the wrong cable. Son of a... What I need to do is pull this guy up to the top. Yeah. There you go. Now everybody's happy. Okay, so this goes into the tap control, and now we've got a clock. Hey, Jason. It's already got kind of a nice balance to it. But yeah, we need a bass part. And of course we've got
A myriad of sources to use for that, yes.
What I might do though is do sort of like a bit of a pad first. That would be fun. So let's put these all down to D. And what I want to do is go edit, doink, 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 just in case we use 8. I don't think I will use 8, so most of these are going to go up to 5, which is D to a G, and then we're going to go up 3 more to an 8, which is to a B flat. And then some of these can go to a 7. And then some can go to a 9, 10. And some can go to an octave. And then some are going to go to, instead of to a D to a G. They're going to go D to an F. And then they're going to go up 7 to an A. So we're in G harmonic minor. Okay. Keep that in mind. Actually, I want this one the same, but I am going to change the root note. Instead of D, I'm going to go down to a C. So we'll have a nice C minor. And let's put this guy at E flat. So then we go up 4 and 7. And then we put gates on all of them. And then we make them last a while. 2 whole notes. And then we put it on random. And then we hit play and see what happens. Nothing! Oh, God. Because nothing's actually hooked up. Only the sequencer part. Me so tricky and funny. You know, let's put this guy into the A121S. Dope for model A121S stereo filter. Which is it's a lovely, basically a SEM style stereo filter. 12 dB roll off slope and very nice smooth liquid resonance capabilities. Hey, you exist. Congratulations, bro. Okay, I think I want this down an octave. Okay, now let's put this on 3 voices only so that we don't get any goofball stuck notes or weirdness. 3 by 5, yeah. Analogify it by 10%. Let's turn up the input gain too, because it's always a little bit on the weak side than this here demon core. I think I want a slow, interesting LFO type shape for this. What does this one do when you warp it? Oh, that's right. It just does that. I want one that kind of goes like... that is all like flexible, you know? That'd be cool. Or if the Ds do that at all. Kind of does. We could change the time of this. This one might work. Might be a little bit on the super long side. Unlike this cable, just too short. And then we have to set this guy to infinite repeats. There. That's pretty much what I was hoping for, just an occasional swell. Alright, now let's also put some chance probabilities of like 35, like a third chance of rest. So it just doesn't play the step, like at least 1/3 of the time. I kind of maybe think that should be higher. Let's put it at like a little over 50%. Just so it just doesn't play it much, you know? exists. Okay, we'll make this guy 8 steps long. This is for the base. Similar pattern. So I'm basically just going to put a good amount of skip or rest probability on this and just give it G's and 1 E flat, 1 D, 1 C. And then have it just go random. And it'll occasionally find the right note and chord at the same exact time. And then all will be right with the universe. If only for a moment. Only for a moment, then the moment's gone. It's twoo. It's twoo. Okay. Who want this dude? I immediately thought new black and blue oscillator. Notice the unperson doing a thing about those two today. Like, yeah. Right on, dude. Right on, right on. Right on, right on. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's do this. Just going to put this in kind of like regular mode. I mean, I guess I could just go ahead and put it in its filter partner in crime here. That'd be okay. I hear you. Right now you're in chord mode. We're going to not do that. Okay. So this is just good old mono regular. Swarm. Get that sub. Feel me? Okay, I'm gonna patch in a sloths into my distribution hub here. So I think let's use the red one. Red one is usually a 4-measure rise, 4-measure fall. I don't know if I even need an envelope on that. That sounds really, really nice as it is. Let's make a nifty little tinkly part. There are ways to do these things, of course. Let's mute bass and the chords for now. Okay. My thought is, what if we had a little thing that was just like in the mode of a almost like a bell tree or a wind chime, but tonal. So like the notes in a scale. So like if we use like here. So let's skip the A. No, let's not skip the A. We'll just do all of them. So what I want to do is send the quantizer a really long, slow attack decay voltage. Right? Not with a huge amount of voltage. With like just enough to get it to a decent level that we can, use that to drive something interesting. Whatever that happens to be. Let's do this. Let's take output 1. And who wants the little duder? Who want little guy? Let's go here. Let's go the .vco, because the tracking on that thing is really, really, really nice. And we're going to have to crank it over ranges, and it's got octave switches, and it digs all of that shit, man. Okay, and the other thing we need is an occasional trigger. That can be gotten from a bunch of places. Right? I mean, I've got like the Instruo logic module. I've got these like gate outs for the stochastic function generator, both of which would work pretty well. I've got the clock divider dividing the clock. We're not really on a clock right now, so like, okay, what I'm going to do is put it in something that makes something fairly consistent, because otherwise testing this is going to be a total bitch. So let's think about this here. All right, this is input voltage, and that's going to leave from channel B of the Zadar, and that's going to be a really, really long decay envelope. But I want to turn the voltage down quite a lot. Probably around 1.5 volts, maybe 2, maybe. Because each volt is an octave, right? So if you give it 10 volts, it's going into, super audio range, and then your shit explodes, and it's terrifying. I'm kidding about that exploding thing, though. So, or am I? Or am I? Dun dun dun! He wasn't joking! Our modules are exploding! It's true. Okay. we're just going to go nice, happy little... Oh, let's put this guy through the sea legs. Faux show! Because that'll give us nice, tasty delay trails. Okay, first test is going to be triggering that envelope with something. I'm going to start with one of these, the stochastic function generator gate outs, and I'm going to put this channel on fast. So we can go higher than 1 volt. We can go 2 volts. And then we can also octave it up. Change the timing. Okay. Now, what if we then also took that same exact signal and used it to trigger a burst generator? Let's put it on medium for now, otherwise it's going to drive everybody crazy. And we're going to use that burst generator to trigger another little envelope. A really, really, really quick one, too. Like, we're gonna go, like, 250 milliseconds. Now, theoretically, when it does this, it should go like ding, 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 ding. But I don't think the rate is going to accelerate or be chaotic, which is too bad. And it's just going to keep going. Let's speed this up, otherwise it's going to take too long. Now, can we go up even higher? Don't think we can, actually. Okay, let's just swap this out then. We'll use this one instead. That's exactly the same. Oh no, here we go. It's an octave higher. Now, why is it like... It's like re-triggering B. Oh, because it's like continually... Because it's on fast still, for one thing. Okay, so it won't re-trigger B continually, because now it's like really slow. Theoretically. And we could take a step further with this and, like, put it through a VCA. Maybe take the exact same trigger and then just, like, trigger, like, a swell kind of a thing. I think it would be good, though, to at least throw some slow LFO into the envelope that's doing the pitch. So that is B. We're going to turn that into level just a little bit. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Now let's put that on slow so it's even slower. Keeps doing that. It keeps playing that E flat chord with a D in the bass. It's not good, or vice versa. Second thought. else can we add to this mess? We can do a few things. Do a lot of things. Let's see here. Thinking. Okay. Cool, bro. Good job. Okay. That would be a source of chaos, that's for sure. That being the Turing machine. But putting some modulation into the ratio that my clock divider is giving it. I have to go even lower on that, but for now, just deal with it. Okay, we can do it easily. Just do the offset voltage, crank it down. Yeah, it's probably okay. All right. Okay. So, ahem. Um. So that's going to go into the trigger of the envelope for pizza. All right. Now we need something to give it a volt per octave. And that can come from a lot of different places. Like, well, an easy one would be like, here, give it a sequence. Just give him a sequence. So, like, started on like G4. And we'll put a gate on these guys. And then we'll go random. And then we've got a part 3 thing. Sure as heck don't need a cable that long. So the sequence is going to play at a completely unrelated rate, right? Or the notes are going to trigger at a completely unrelated related rate to the triggering of the envelope. And this guy is going to want to be super duper smoothed out with like that. Now, this guy just needs a lot of modulation. His FM really comes alive when that happens. And then every once in a while, it should go into like psychotic range and just be like all over the place. I can actually move this to a slightly more rare gate step. this is all generative or just like random with constraints, which is kind of the same thing. It's very windy in here. Was it being used, or was it just there? Because, I mean, that's a pretty curious thing. Oh, look, I've got one pre-patched. Well, this sample that I have in the looper is kind of where I started this whole thing today. This vocal. Ooh, yikes. And that's going to do it for the evening. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be back Friday at the minimum. There's always this chance of a midweek stream. It totally depends on like work and stuff like that. But Friday's the sure thing, usually. So, anyways, hope you enjoyed, and catch you next time.